Alright, so what I've done is I've gone ahead and colored up the line here with the blue Sharpie. This is a very small object, so it's supposed to only take like 10 minutes to print. For some weird time, so it's a little bit, so I'm going for is sort of a translucent blue, if possible. I did try to color up before. I can't really see it very well because it's so small. It's just a small half circle-like piece. So, as it's going, all I'm doing is taking, marking it with the Sharpie. They make these devices that you can attach to try to colorize. You just stick this into it, but because of the way the Ender 3 has this piece of like Teflon tube and the angle, I don't know if I could keep the Sharpie in it. I'm probably gonna have to design something myself if I want to try to do it that way. And plus, from what I've seen on the videos, if you don't cut, if all you're marking is one side, you're gonna get a very light amount of color out of it. Now, what the other thing they do is they take, like I'm going to probably do that with the brown, drill a hole in it, take the tip off, and run the filament through the Sharpie. These are actually knockoff Dollar Tree Sharpies, permanent markers. I'm just trying to apply more color. I'm not sure how much filament this will take since it's so small. Okay, I'm going to pause and come back when it's closer to end. And we're back, and this is the result. Somewhat translucent blue, like I was hoping for. So, there we go, it's focusing better. You can see it. So, that kind of worked. And I'm going to try another one with pink. It's going to be a 15mm cube with some chamfers all around. Basically, I'm going to call that my little energon cube. See you back in a bit. Since I had marked up pretty much a good portion of this, and this doesn't take very much, I printed up a second one. Let's see if this is focused. That was the result for the second one. Now I'm going to try that cube. Alright, so this time I'm trying to use pink. This took me a little longer to do because I ended up having the only one that was pink I had was one of the really sharp Sharpies. And so it's going to be printing up this little cube. And I'll let you see what the result ends up being. This time I only went up to about there. I'll start coloring again if I think I need a lot more. So I didn't need as much of that blue as I did. I ended up still pulling off almost a line of it. Alright, see you in a few seconds. Alright, so it completed. We've got our little pink cube. Focus. That's kind of cool. Well, my attempt to do this where you run it through the pen itself by drilling a hole and just pulling the thing off is ran into a snag. I can't get, this is a piece of hanger wire, I can't get it to go through the inside felt. I mean, it's popping out and breaking parts of the plastic. But if I can't get that to go through there, how am I supposed to get the filament to go through there? So I definitely fail. I was hoping to just stick that through there and be able to like run a big print, but that's just not. I've tried both directions. I've cracked both sides of this. If I can't run that through it, I can't get the filament through it. So that's a fail. So hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and I'm going to try to print with Hatchbox white PLA, and I've colored it this green. Now, almost everybody has this neon green. It's really cheap, and sometimes it's harder to get the other colors. So I got the neon green, thinking I was buying a darker green. I was disappointed when I got that again. Of course, the neon green is probably the cheapest filament you can get. So what I have here is Hatchbox's white PLA that I've colored with a green permanent marker, and I'm going to print the little cube thing again and see how that comes out. I want to see if we can, because it's really nice to be able to get those translucent colors, but it would be nice to have something that's not translucent. And so I'm going to try it with the white PLA colored and see what happens. And we'll be back in a bit. And we're back. And here's the result. I'm not sure the light. Let's see if I turn the light off where you can see the color better. You really can't see it. It came out green, just sort of a light green compared to the color I was trying to get. But it's not translucent either. Not sure you get. part of it maybe is the saturation. I mean, it's really hard to get complete saturation, but it is possible to come up with, and it's probably just easier to just color the final print than it is to do the filament on that. Of course, it doesn't completely color all the color. So that was that try. Your results may vary. We'll see. I think I'll still stick with this method, but it does take a long time to try to color the entire filament. That's just what I was trying to do. I was trying to get complete saturation in the color. Alright, thank you. Bye. Oh, one of the other ways they talk about colorizing filament is to dye it. I believe Ritrap was doing that with Rit dyes. He would like tie-dye almost his filament. Just thought I'd mention that. Thanks. Bye. Alright, so now we're going to try to do this using regular ink refills from your 2D printer. Mine's a Canon. And so I'm using one of these little 3D printed filtration devices, and I drilled a hole in it so I can pour the ink a little bit in, and then I just cut a piece off of a sponge, a kitchen sponge type thing, and made a slit in it so that the filament could pass through it. And then I'm going to put this up on the printer and show you how. The reason I drilled a hole in it is so that I can add ink to it as it's going if I need to. And what you want to do is you just want to get it a little wet. You don't want to soak it or have it like dripping right out of the this little filter thing. So I'm going to put it on, get it ready, and come back. So there's the device, and what I can say is because this is wet, you might want to wear gloves. And I grabbed some after I realized that I was making my whole self blue. And you had to feed enough line in to get through the Bowden tube. So we've done that, and I'm going to start the same dome type object I had before, so we can compare the two. And we'll come back after I'm done printing it. Okay, so it's finished printing, and I have to say the results are disappointing. Just not enough color got onto it. I think that is almost more clear than it is blue. So I'm going to say that's a fail. I'm not even going to mess around with it. I was going to try to do green, but I don't think I'm even going to try. You know, it's just not enough. So on to other methods. So the next color system I'm going to try out to test is this spray painting the filament. I'm using just basic Rust-Oleum. This is one from Maker's Muse. They tested this out and were able to do it, so I want to try to do it too. And I'll print some pieces out and see if that works. And I'm sorry for the siren. Hello, so then we let it dry for about 10 minutes. And I made sure that it's all unstuck and isn't sticking to itself. And then we're going to run the painted filament on through this. Now, Angus from Maker's Muse did caution about the fact that if you try doing this, it's possible that it's going to clog up the nozzle. So just, disclaimer, that's a possibility. I have a bunch of other extra nozzles that if I need to swap, I'm not really that hard up on it. So I'm going to set up a print and see how well it comes out. Alright, so these things printed out. Kinda worked. It's not like a solid color coming out. What I'm thinking might be my issue, as far as it coming out really nice, is I have a little piece of like Capricorn PTFE tube inside the hot end here, and that has a lot lower tolerance. I mean, the amount of space between it and the filament is a lot smaller. I wouldn't be surprised if I took off this and found a whole bunch of the gold sludge in there. But that is, and I think my stringing is more due to I upgraded my Creality slicer, and it probably has the wrong retraction settings now. So I guess it's a maybe. It probably is just better to spray paint the actual product parts. Some of it looks nice. I mean, parts of it look like it came out well, but other parts look like there wasn't enough color put into the plastic. So I'm thinking if I'm going to continue doing this, I'm going to stick with the Sharpie version. We'll see. I might have to experiment with this more, but for right now I'm thinking the Sharpie does the best as far as putting color into the natural filament. Well, I hope this helps some of you, and thank you for watching. Bye bye. So another follow-up on the spray paint method. Layer adhesion was junk. It just tore apart like you wouldn't believe. Without any really effort. I was just trying to take off the brim, and some of these parts just totally came apart. Or when I went to try to take the supports out, like for this one, the supports are still sort of there, but it just breaks without any real effort. I mean, it's just snap. So yeah, I'm not going to do that again. But it was worth a try. It was interesting to see. I hoped it would give me the ability to just spray paint it and make different colors, but that doesn't work.